Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are back and we are live now. So, we are back with our webinar number 84, presented by PsyCoolG Connect and organized by PsyCoolG Wellness Private Limited. So, for today, we come with our previous topic, part 2, which is for today, we have topic Love and Life Matters, part 2. And for this topic, we have Dr. Beena with us as a resource person. We heartily welcome you, ma'am, as our resource person for the day. That is Dr. Beena Joice. So let's start our today's webinar with the small introduction of our resource person, and then we go for our webinar. Okay. So she is OD practitioner, counseling and training with the experience of more than 10 years in this field. Along with this, she is working hard to spread mental health awareness. And with this, I just want to add something that ma'am is also working with our organization from past 2 to 3 months and give such webinars with us also to help us out to spread mental health awareness. So let's start with our webinar without wasting time. So, ma'am, Beena, please, mic is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shivalika, and I'm really happy to be connected again with Psychology team because whenever I just wanted to spread something, I look forward to having collaboration with your team, and the team immediately responds to my request as well. So thank you so much for again connecting with me. And this Love and Life Matters Part 2 is absolutely needed and much requested, in fact, by many people. The necessity is like we have just only few things in the first live webinar, and there were so many things to be discussed, which we thought we will have as part 2 session also. Because in the first webinar, it was like only for the adults we were speaking as like what is love and what kind of love types we have, lovers, how what kind of relationship today's generation are into in the name of love. All those we discussed in this webinar. I mean, the previous webinar. Here is absolutely a different one, which I wanted to have parents also in this kind, in this webinar especially, because it's not that only for adults or only
Uh,
lesson people. Beyond that, parents also play a dominant role
ma'am,
in this concept, and absolutely we wanted, yes.
sorry to interrupt in between, ma'am. Your voice is breaking.
Okay.
Okay, we really apologize for these technical issues, as these technical issues are not in our hands. So, ma'am is trying to uh, make an internet connection stable. So, just give us few minutes. Yeah,
I'm really sorry. Like in Tamil Nadu,
yes,
we
ma'am.
have heavy rain continuously, and there is a range problem. That is the reason I was not at in. I'm feeling tough to connect continuously. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Right. So in the first webinar, like we just discussed things only for the adults. Wherein in second webinar,
Okay, I think ma'am got disconnected.
uh, parents' role needs to be understood by both of them, like children as well as the parents. That's the reason we just wanted to have this part 2 of Love and Life Matters. Let's go into the slides. So, the major purpose of meeting you again. why I just wanted to meet you, or like why we needed this part two of live webinar, like Love and Life Matters. It's purely because we wanted to increase the understanding of what kind of adolescent journey your boy or your girl is traveling. From parents' perspective, yes, you have to understand, as well as from a children's perspective or from boy and a girl perspective, it's very important that they also understand this role. So the first thing is it's very important that we get the behavioral understanding, biological journey, psychological journey your kids undergo, and what kind of role as a parent I need to play in that. That's one important. We wanted to meet you again. Next thing is, uh, if we are not able to get a clear role as what we have to do, then we are in a chance of leaving our kid into their role itself, meaning we don't have our control. So it's high time that we get the awareness about your girl, your boy, and what kind of problems they face, and what kind of solutions as parents you can be. Instead of giving them solutions, I want the parents to be as solutions. So the today's adults don't require advice, don't need suggestions, don't look forward to have what do you call recommendations from the external people, or even they feel very hesitant to listen to their parents itself. In such scenario, your words are not going to speak much greater than your attitude, behaviors, and actions. So that's the major role we just wanted to uh, focus on this, as well as get to know as a basic awareness. Mostly, present generation have lots of problems, issues which they are completely hidden. They have not shared it to many. They feel completely reluctant to share it to even their own circles. We have come to a generation or a period where parents have to act as friends, and we know very clearly that parents are friends. Many families do react like that. But still, how far we are able to travel along with our kids, if we are able to explore that, we don't have a clear answer. That's one of the reasons we just wanted to meet you again. Next slide. So before we just go into this love and life in deep, I just want you to take to a understanding of what is adolescence. Many think that adolescence is just between 13 and 19, or simply to say it's a teenage. But apart from this, it's very important. This adolescent period can go till 26 years, the same slide only, till 26 years or 28 years. Fine. Though, exactly to define the concept called adolescence, it is a transition between childhood and adulthood. Meaning, when your child attains the concept of teen, just go to the points, attains the concept of teens like 13 or 14 or 15. That is the period you call as a transition period, where your child is moving from childhood and just entering into this adolescence concept. And I have given three categories like early adolescence, middle adolescence, and late adolescence. So I've given this age group also. So if your children uh, seeming to be in this any area, then absolutely this is for you. You'll have to get to know that. See, adolescence is very important concept where that's the control period, or that's the molding period for both the children as well as the parents. Next slide. Okay, what kind of changes in this adolescence period happens? This is very important. See, especially when a girl child in your family attains puberty. Okay, now this puberty concept has become very common. There is nothing to be hidden, or there is nothing to be unspoken, or to forget things, or to shadow it. Everything is open because in YouTube you have top to bottom things that you want to know. So there is nothing there's no concept called hiding concept. So first thing that we have to focus here is I have given it as like biopsychosocial, meaning biological, psychological, and social development. When a girl attains the puberty, there begins the concept of independence, meaning the girl has to take care of herself from that period onwards. Okay, so far parents were behind them, hand holding her or hand holding in all levels of the child. But now it is the respective role the child has to play should also be clearly informed and created in the minds of the girl children. The first thing is independence. In this independent stage, I'm not saying that parents should not be like behind the girl always, but the parents should be in 360-degree angle without knowing the child that her parents are watching her. Many people presently, the parents especially, the greatest mistake they do is like they openly talk to their kids saying, "You have attained a puberty, and henceforth you have so many restrictions. The society will look at you in a different way. You will have to react to the society accordingly. If you are an eldest child in the family, then you have got a lot of responsibilities wherein your kids and siblings will be watching you. We'll give lots of responsibilities on their mind and making them feel that they are burdened in different ways. Whereas parents have to act in such a way that they are not controlling them 100%, but they are completely holding them like a bird holds what do you call uh, its egg, or like it's whatever it is, its kittens, like a cat holds its kittens. Similarly, a parent also should have that feeling. You have to let your child love to go out. You have to let your child explore the world, provided you have to completely watch them and monitor them in such a way they are not deviating in their paths. In this biological development, the girl especially, I'm focusing girls here because I'll come to the boy stage later. Why girls are given too much of importance here? Because the problems faced by the girls are really huge and higher than the boys face. And moreover, when you see the distraction factor or the deviation factor, girls get trapped easily than the boys. And the willpower or the determination power, comparatively speaking, many women lack in that. But still, I'm really seeing many women overcoming that also. When there is any problem that happens to a girl or a boy, loss on the higher end will be only for the girls. It's purely because the biological reason. Once they attain the puberty, their reproductive organs grow, their uh, physical structure will be different, which will make the girl herself feel that she is growing not only physically but also psychologically. So biologically, when it grows, when the reproductive organs of a girl grows, a girl will immediately start thinking that okay, she's got something huge differences in her mind and her body, so accordingly she will have to behave. The first importance is that is what I've given as body image. Third thing is cognitive development. This is the stage a girl or a boy should be carefully noted because you are giving them an input or an information which will be carried forward throughout their life journey. If you're going to say to a girl that you are an independent girl, you are a determined girl, you are superpower, yes, of course, the girl exactly grows like that. Similarly, if you're going to say the same thing to the boy, again he will have his own strength and again he will have his own perspective related to your thoughts and behaviors. Many parents fail here only. They don't openly discuss things to their children. The first thing the parents have to understand is once they attain the puberty or once they come to the level of maturity, they will start having the sexual development or sexual inquisitiveness. The eagerness for the sex gets increased because it is not something wrong. Those things have to naturally take place. Only when those things happen, they can be called as a boy or a girl. Okay, that's the nature. That's a biological nature. You cannot blame your kid. So, your girl or a boy should be absolutely informed about their sexual development and what kind of sexual behaviors they will be attracted towards. This is what I mean here as a cognitive development. Okay, we have many parents don't even teach the kids how to be hygienic in the times of their menstruation. What happens when a boy comes out of that comes into that adolescent period? How his genital organs grow? What kind of changes it happen now? If parents are not going to teach all these things, obviously you have YouTube to teach things. So that is why I want parents to top first than the YouTube or to the YouTube. Got it? This is one thing. Next thing is, this is the period where they start to develop peer group involvement, meaning they will start looking forward to have relationship with the opposite sex. I told you, right, this adolescence age will have this biopsychosocial development inherently, which cannot be blamed but needs to be controlled and monitored by the children and by the parents. So when the peer group involvement starts to mushroom in the minds of the kids, there where they get attracted towards the opposite sex. And that's how they fall in love very easily, or that's what you call it as a puppy love or an infatuation, because they don't have so much of maturity to choose what is best and which is right. If they have parents who are really open enough to share things, then your child will come and discuss each and everything with you, and you can be their decision maker. You have to make your child feel that my parents are there who would help me in all levels of decision making. I need not hesitate to share things with my parents. Your child should uh, feel that in your mind. Feel that in their mind. Next thing is, your child should also have that kind of ability or that confidence level on their parents, that anything under the sky, my parents will be there to help me. Even if I fall or even if I go in a trap, or even if I unfortunately uh, end in a mishap, my parents are there to just lift me up. I need not trust anybody else than my parents. There is nobody else, even friends or family or peer or whoever it is. My parents are the best. That kind of feelings the parents should give. Fine. Next thing is, this is the period where your children will fix their identity and goals. If they deviate themselves in this adolescent period, then their coming back will be really hectic. You have to go upside down to pick up their coming back. It is like a robot getting all things fed in its memory and react according to the situation. I'm not telling this is a robotic period or this is a period of like manipulated something, but this is a period of seeding things properly. We believe, right, everything to be taught to a child in the baby period. Like, you teach a child to eat, you teach a child to walk, to say bye bye, or to speak amma appa, to call someone. You teach a kid. Similarly, this is the period not to teach but to travel along with your children's journey. Okay, next. So if your children is unable, or if your children are unable to properly fix themselves in this adolescent period, there where they get into a attractive motion called love motion. Okay, if they feel that their parents are not uh, a trustworthy person, or if their parents are not like helping the children to come out of the problems, then your child will start looking out for a person who can really occupy your place. That is the thing we should never allow our kids to have or entertain. When they fall into this love category in this, because we have discussed enough things in the last webinar itself, so I don't want to go into that love kind of relationship. It's a continuation of your first webinar. So when your children enter into this love relationship without knowing whether they have chosen the right person, or whether they'll be fit enough for their family or for herself or himself, then there are a lot of love effects. That's what I've given a data here. Many boys and girls are traveling in the depression mode, because See, the love what they choose in this adolescent period, 90 percentage do not get fixed. Meaning, it's not properly basic foundation or basic study has not been done at all by the parents, just by the attraction with the opposite sex, or just by the biological attraction the boy gets from a girl or a girl gets from a boy, they make their relationship settle in that. That's why we call it as a love effect. What happens if they are falling into a wrong trap? Then they have to travel to a next journey of heartbroken, love lost, or love breaks, all those things. What kind of effects it will have? It will definitely affect your girl lot. Lots of hormonal problems will happen. Hormonal fluctuations will take place. Okay, there are two hormones majorly to be considered as well as to be monitored in a girl's life. See, you have estrogen and progesterone. These two hormones have to secrete as per their period. If one dominates the other, there where you get medical problems like PCOD, I mean polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, uterus problems, fatty liver. That's why your psyche as well as your body are connected. If your psyche is not well, your body is not going to be well. If your body has to be good, then your psyche has to be good. This is the mantra everyone should follow. Now, more than doctors, psychologists are preferred today because they want psychological happiness, because they have clearly understood if only I'm happy in psychological level, I can be okay with biological level. There are lots of studies related to it. What kind of psychological effects can lead to medical problems? I told you, right? If a girl gets into the mode of depression, gets into the mode of hormonal fluctuation, her fertility issues begin, as well as she will get into the next phase of medical problems like PCOD. Now, one in three women face PCOD problem. The reason behind everyone says it's the lifestyle. So when it comes to lifestyle, we have to give importance to food, your dietary method, your sleeping pattern, as well as your thinking pattern. Okay, all these are interrelated. If any one of the cycles get affected, then automatically you will end up in this problem. When people travel in this depression, they don't concentrate on their diet. If they don't concentrate on their diet, their sleep gets disturbed, because if you're not properly eating, it will definitely affect your sleeping rhythm. A normal a study says a man should have minimum of 7 to 8 hours of good sleep. If you have enough sleep, you can avoid. I mean, you can avoid lots of problems, especially this problems related to girls. What I'm saying, you know. Okay, what kind of problems a boy will have? See, again, hormones play dominant role in boys as well. It is not only with girls. Those who have boy children, you also have to note down this. It will affect their uh, uh, depression. You know what happens when they travel into this depression mode? They will look forward to having deviation factor. So immediately they will go on for having extracurricular activities. I would like to just quote it. External deviation fact. I mean activities like smoking, becoming alcoholic, becoming drug addict, or some even go to the extreme of watching porn movies. What happens when people watch porn movies? When they watch porn movies, they will start practicing it in their lifestyle. They wanted to, it's like a chocolate tasted, I mean, once you like the taste, there is a choice given to you, 5 star or Cadbury's. I like Cadbury's. Like, why? Because the texture is good, the content is good, it's very sweet, it's very smoothie, silky, all that features you add to the Cadbury's child, right? Same here. If a boy likes alcohol or drug or porn, he will choose among the deviation factors and he will pick the right for it. And once he picks it up, there where he becomes addicted to it. Once he becomes addicted to it, coming back from that addiction requires lots of works and strenuous extra efforts to be given there. When he starts watching lots of porn movies, There are lots of possibilities of he himself involving in that, or he himself having extra relationship physically, sexually, and that can affect his what do you call, even fertility. Because the studies have shown, medical reports have shown that people who involve in ejaculation or self love kind of doing for the doing himself will lead to infertility problem or sperm motility, or like sooner the time they will become impotent. This is a proven fact. I wanted to make a firm note here as well. So, what should I do as a parent to prevent these things? This is where you have to take care of them. You have to watch them. It is not like policing them. You should not go behind them always or like a police to watch them. You have to take care of them with absolute love. Whatever they share with you, yes, you have to accept and make them feel what is good and what is bad. Moreover, when people enter into this conflict kind of structure, they will have high blood sugar level. Nowadays, even 23-year-old girl has high BP, affecting her insulin resistance. When there is an insulin imbalance, there where she gets fatty liver. When fatty liver takes place, it will affect all her ovaries. Both her ovaries will get affected. There, then again she has to go to the doctors for fertility problems. These are the love effects where people think that love effects can lead only to anxiety, depression, and sad mood. I'm not going to tell this because these are known facts. But behind these things, these are the worst effects a girl should travel unknowingly. Pity thing is, many do not know that these things have, these things take place. Okay. So next, what do I face? If there is no one to take care of me in this adolescence period, then I start becoming dependent on someone. Okay, I get attracted because the man looks very handsome. He is gigantic. His voice is manly. He is absolutely showering love over me. All those things we will say because we don't have someone to take care of us behind us or in the family. This is why I want the parents also to get your children hold on it. So you should not make your child dependent on someone, rather you should make your child dependent on you. Anything and everything they should run to you, not to your opposite sex or not to the peer group. Okay, they should not have a feeling like if I go and tell my parents will absolutely blast me out. That kind of feeling should be absolutely thrown off. Present generation, this is absolutely to be noted. Next thing is this: if parents are not proper, if parents are not friendly, if parents are not helping them, and then I will increase my friend circle. My friend circle can have both boy and girl. Okay, I can have n number of people into it. I don't know whether they are good or bad, but they are needed for me right now because I don't want to be alone. Now, presently, many youngsters do roam with. I mean, I can see lots of people roaming in pairs in college or in universities. If you go, very rarely you can see, or seldom you can see single person walking or cycling or going around. Mostly people will be either in pairs or in groups. Groups are fine, team is fine, but not in pairs always. You know why? They think that if I don't go, if I don't have a pair, or if I don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's a kind of a status problem for me. I'm not acknowledged in society. This is a field many generations have today, many people have today. That has to be broken, that has to be shattered. This can be done by parents and by the education people. Okay, this is the, like this mental awareness program, through this mental awareness program. And this adolescent period will make a boy or a girl feel that I have to be occupied. Occupied in the sense it can be in any way. It can be in a educational way, concentrating more on studies. That kind of occupying factor will be there. Another kind of occupying will like going around with friends and peers, dating, roaming, chatting. That kind of peer relationship can also be mentioned as occupied. So, what kind of engagement your children expect is to be noted. If they look forward to have, see, there is nothing to be blamed. Parents, please know, if any of you are watching as a parent this program, then please make sure that this is very important to be noted, that your child has to go through all this, and that's the biological nature. You cannot blame your child. It's all your responsibility to pull them out from this kind of trap. Okay, and I'm not meaning here that having a boyfriend or a girlfriend is wrong. Please don't take it in that perspective. Many end up in a failure method of choosing friends only, is my point. Okay, next thing is falling for the opposite sex, which we have discussed already. There is no one to trust or share. This kind of feeling to be removed by parents only. Okay, if they want, see, and as a children, or as a child, sorry, as a child, not necessary that she has to be only, he or she has to be only attached with parents. She should definitely have friends. He should definitely have friends. It can be both boys and girls, but there should be a boundary line drawn around her or around him. Okay, this is a more thing. Okay, next, adolescent relationship is a public health problem. Why it is considered as a public health problem? As we discussed in the first live webinar, if people end up in a relationship, immediately they're required to have a sexual intimacy. Having sexual intimacy definitely affects a girl. How? If she is going for a sexual relationship, she will have a wanting feeling of again and again. Okay, uh, that's why it is also a kind of addiction, because the first few age between 15 and 25 are the crucial time or the crucial periods to be controlled properly, especially in the sexual mode. That's why elders used to say that your child has to get married before 25. That's the peak period. And that's most fertile period where your hormones will be dominating. And today, adding fuel to the fire, you have social media and you have media coming out with all sexual kinds of attracting movies. Okay, if a girl has a feeling of having sexual desire with a boy, and if she sees a movie where a boy and a girl dates together or grooms together, natural instinct will be there for the girl who watches the program to have say. Okay, this is natural. This cannot be this cannot be what do you call thrown off. Rather, it can be controlled, for which external controlling factors are necessary. If a girl enters into the sexual relationship, she will not know when exactly she'll get pregnant. But now you have all those awareness. But majority of the girls today still lack in awareness, like when they get, when is the fertile period for them, and what when they should not have the sexual intimacy, or how to have protected sexual intimacy. All these things are very important. I'm not encouraging sexual intimacy here, but to uh, make it on either side, I'm giving this statement. If a girl is not aware as like what is the fertile period, most fertile period to get pregnant, and if she has sexual relationship, then she will naturally end up with pregnancy, and that becomes an unwanted pregnancy, and she has to end up in abortion. What happens when she goes for abortion? See, there are different kinds of abortion methods you have. One is like you have pills to clear off, and that too depends upon the fetus size. Once she clears the stuff, then it's fine. She thinks that everything is okay. You know, abortion is a kind of a whole hormonal, what do you call, roller coaster that you're going, and you are bringing back to the normalcy period will have its own implication. You will start having irregular period if you're going to end up in abortion, frequent abortions. Now people say that there is nothing big, I can have sex and I can easily go for abortion, and abortion clears my thing. But later on, many women have lots of problems because of their early abortions. Okay. So when they go for pill clearing, it's okay. The effect of it is lesser than the other kinds of abortions. Next is, if they go for medical abortions like DNC you call, they will scrape off the things. When they scrape off the things, they will scrape off your internal parts of your uterus as well. When that happens, your ovaries will get affected. And when you want to bear child, you will not be able to bear child because you've already damaged your uterus and you've created a big confusion in your hormones. Your hormones will be confused as like what hormone to release in which period. Your ovaries will be shrunk without releasing eggs, and you will start getting lots of problems physically by becoming obese. Obesity is the obvious symptom. Obesity and mood affecting, mood depression, and even some people have to go for removing their uterus in the latest stage because of frequent abortions. Okay, so medically you have lots of problems. Next thing is like boys. What do boys have? As I've already discussed, comparatively speaking, uh, girls have to face higher problems than the boys. The consequences are pretty much greater for girls than the boys. Okay, this is one thing. Next thing is like your girls will become more anxious, will become stressed. Their hormones like serotonin, adrenaline glands will have its own confusion when to secrete more and when to secrete low. These things will happen. Girls will start to have low self-esteem. I'm not telling everyone, but majority. There are people who do not even care about, they just damn care about these things. But I am just speaking for those who are caring about all these psychological and biological issues. So their self-esteem gets lowered. When their self-esteem gets lowered, their identity and the goals which we saw in the previous slide will get affected. They'll become uh, objective-less a person as like what to proceed and how to move forward, where to move forward. The guilty consciousness will kill them. Okay, this is one kind of psychological problem they have. Next thing is they will have a lot of eating disorders. There are, I mean, people, if you are really clear about the personality type or the stress kind, those who are highly stressed will have different patterns of explicitly bringing out the stress. One will eat lot, some will crave for chocolate or sweet kind of things, some will sleep, some will sit without doing nothing, and some will be brooding over things, crying, regretting, crying over the spoiled milk is nothing, right? Similarly, crying over and over and over things, it will affect your mind only. And some have even become mentally disturbed. That's where you have the schizophrenic character coming up, bipolar disorder coming up. Again, that's a root for lots of psychological disorders. Fine. That's the title I have given here. Adolescent relationship is a public health problem. And I've given a small report here. In Spain, the divorce rate actually seems to be bigger. Comparatively, in India, divorce rate is really lower. Divorce, the reason for divorce rate is lower in India because still we believe in arranged marriage. Uh, again, I'm not saying love marriage is bad. I say arranged marriages are better than the love marriage uh, because we have people around us to tell what is good and what is bad. If you are going to love with someone, which we have discussed in the previous webinar, then you have to choose your lover accordingly and matching your character. Out of 1,000 marriages, 13 results in divorce in India. And according to the Bombay High Court, divorces are higher in only love marriages. Reason? The compatibility, the initial kind of sexual intimacy what they had before marriage wouldn't be the same after marriage. Everyone thinks his life is full of, I mean, life is a bed of roses. No, no, absolutely not. Life can turn your thing anyway. Love, love at first sight cannot be the same as love till your life deathbed. It can change. It can vary. It will. Love also will attain its maturity. If you take the concept of love, the first stage of love will be purely based on biological love, sexual love. Once they attain that sexual satisfaction, Maslow's theory of needs will clearly explain you. Once they attain that sexual kind of satisfaction, there they come to the family love bonds. After family, they come their retirement bond of love. Love also attains at maturity. That is to be absolutely understood by today's people. Okay, next. So we absolutely wish our generation to be safe and healthy in terms of peer relation. So what am I trying to tell throughout this session? Please make sure your choices are correct when you are selecting your peers. I'm not asking you to conduct some basic test. I mean, like, we have this interview methods to get selected in a career. Not like that. But you have to run your own basic test in your mind whether the person whom you are selecting as your life partner is the right person for you. If you are not mature enough to handle things like that, you have to seek your help from your parents, provided if your parents are good enough to support you in that case. So ensure you are selecting your peer relation right. It's not that only life partner peer relation alone I'm speaking. Even your friends circle also has to be carefully chosen. If you happen to choose your friends wrongly, your path also in the later will become wrong. Make yourself available to only certain things which are really good to both of you, both for you as well as for your friend. Next thing is focus on self development. When you're really empowered, equipped, automatically the right relationship will come in search of you. You need not to go in search. Okay. You will have that emotional feeling, you'll have that sexual wanting, you'll have that all kinds of psychological expectedness. But beyond all these things, you should also have the controlling ability. Yes, I have my period. I have my stage to fall in love. I have my stage to get in sexual relation. I have my own thing to follow all these things. That self development is very important. Please be sure about the sexual awareness. Okay. Now you have uh, in your city, more than a general hospital, you will have fertility center. It has become so commercial. You know why? Because of lots of problems, the adults fail to concentrate in their adulthood period and parents ignore in their adulthood period. Parents, please ensure your children is very hygienic. Your children are hygienic. I'm sorry. Your girl is, uh, your girl is having regular menstruation. If she is not sharing things with you, please make sure that she shares things with you. Accordingly, you have to react to her. I want the fathers also to open up things to the girl. Please, there is nothing to hesitate or hide in this. Everything in under the sky is now open. Google is giving you everything in an open way. Why, as a parent, you should hide that? If you're going to hide, then your child will obviously hide things from you as well. So please provide your kid about what is sexual awareness, what is love, what is infatuation, what is sexual intimacy, what is that sexual love. Many think that having sexual relationship alone is love. No. If your partner is calling you for a sexual intimacy, then I definitely mean that as not love. Okay? You have to wait for your period to have that kind of enjoyment or a satisfaction. That love should not be thrown off or to be wasted just like that. Sexual awareness is very important. Make sure your gender association is perfect. If you are mingling with opposite sex, ensure your opposite sex is absolutely a protective one for you, not a harming person. Harming person, many news we hear, many news we come across today. Even friends do cheat their friends, taking photographs of their friends, snaps, lots of problems we come across. For money, anything can be done today. Please don't fall into that trap of friendship also. Gender association. If someone is coming and touching and speaking to you, there is nothing wrong. But biologically, you are getting an information that if a boy comes and touches you, then you are instigated in unconsciously. Similarly, the same happens to a boy. If a girl goes and touches a boy, the boy will be actually instigated. But beyond that, if your friendship is true and pure, no problem in that. Draw a line. Next thing is prosperous lifestyle. Make sure your lifestyle is perfect. How to make it perfect? Both boys and girls concentrate on your body development as well as in your psychological development. Eat good food, healthy food, avoid carbohydrates, walk, exercise, meditate. Do something that really interests you. If you have that feeling of falling in love again and again, then you have to choose the right distracting factor, not the wrong one like alcohol or addicting to the drugs or porn movies. Choose the right one. You have lots of things to be done. Okay, if you are in the love failure or if your relation isn't going to get broken, then see how you can mend that relationship properly. If you can't mend that relationship, then you'll have to check how to overcome that in a prospective way, not in the uh, nonsensical way. Fine, because lack of control and sexual problem can absolutely end in relationship abuse, can have unprotected intercourse and don't have this kind of end called pregnancy. The consequences are pretty much greater, and in future, even if you want to have the satisfaction like want that you are expecting now will not be the same. Got it? So next, finally, there's nothing wrong in falling in love, but provided you have to ensure that there is life after love or love after life, both are to be in a peaceful way. Okay? Thanks for joining me in this Love and Life Matters Part 2. Hope I have given a few thoughts to ponder over. Okay? And if possible, we will meet in future with some other topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a great information related to this topic, love and life matters. And coming back with this part two, I think the things you covered in this part is uh, the things that parents and students both have to know. Like if you are doing something like this, then it doesn't mean that you are wrong or something like this. So just be aware of the things and get the proper knowledge about these things, and make sure that the partner, the male or the female in which you are relation with, he or she is uh, reliable and loyal to for you. So I think this is what the uh, crust of these things, that be aware of aware about the things, and make sure that you have knowledge about the things that you are doing. And for parents, that don't pressurize your children for doing, and for blaming, start blaming them. Just don't do these things. Just uh, do the thing that support them and help them for coming out of those traps. So I hope I just clear it with few sentences. I clear everything. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this webinar.
So,
And one more thing, if there's any
thank you.
question related to this, so please ask, and then we will end the session.
Okay.
We have one this issue. Nothing matters except love and life you make. I agree with this thing. Okay, there's one question from
Okay.
Nida
That's
ma'am.
great.
What does every life matters mean? What is love life matters mean? What
Okay,
does every
what does every life matters?
yeah mean?
Okay, what does love life matter? Okay, I don't know actually on what perspective he has asked, but based on my understanding, I'll just give my interpretation to this question. What does every life matters mean? Meaning, if you're going to end up in a wrong relationship, obviously you're going to abuse the relation, meaning you're not concerned about that opposite person's life. So what here I want to make understand here is like even the person whom you're trying to abuse consciously or unconsciously, you should understand that her life or his life also matters. Each and every one in this world deserves his or her uh, basic essential things that they have to undergo. That means there is no one to hurt others' feeling. I don't have any rights to affect or hurt Shivalika's dream or Shivalika's thought or behavior because you have your own perceptions and you have your own way of doing things. And if I'm going to abuse you in a way which is going to hurt you, meaning I'm not concerned about your life. So every life matters. If I have this understanding in my mind, I will stop hurting other people physically, biologically, and socially. This is the first thing which I want to clear that. What does love life matter? Meaning the same. Love life matters. It is not only for the people who are in love, people who are planning to enter into this love relationship, people who have married couples. They should really understand that love is the fundamental thing to make your life proceed. If you're going to keep your love on a wrong person, your journey gets broken. If you're going to make your love on a firm or on a strong person, your life proceeds. That's the reason I wanted to ensure and emphasize that love is the funda for good life. Hope I have given the answer for the questions.
Yeah, I hope Neeta ma'am get an answer related to the her question that what does every life mean? Like you don't have any right to uh, just add this thing that you don't have any right to hurt or harm anyone, and love life matters that you have to respect your partner in a way. So
Even
I
as a
hope Neeta
husband
ma'am.
or a wife, their
Mhm.
roles have to be clear. A wife should not hurt husband's feeling, or a husband should not hurt. Though they are intimate or together, they also have certain basic things and freedoms to be understood on their each part.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope, ma'am, you get your answer, and there's no like other question instead of this. So just end this webinar, and thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us and giving this like taking this topic, as this topic is such like no one wants to say in that open platform. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this, and one. I hope ma'am get answer. Thank you, ma'am. Got the answer. All right,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, for joining us, and thank you, ma'am, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.